Cosmic Shakti, baby!
To purchase t-shirts and merchandise with my art on it, just click on the eye on the top right hand side of the screen and it will take you right to my shop.
So I thought it would be a good idea to make a video about why most people fail in their bodybuilding endeavors, okay? Now, just as an example, I'm going to talk about how bodybuilding started for me. You know, I have a video about this, why I started, you know, because of bullying in high school and stuff. Basically, I started because I just wanted to kill a few people in my high school class, and this was a positive way to deal with the energy, okay? The thing is that I worked out, and on a Friday night when I was working out, probably sometimes 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, you know, a lot of people I knew were out getting shit-faced or drunk, staying out all night, and I was consistently working out. I would not go out until I worked out first. There was no way I was missing my workout. Now, of course, this can be borderline obsession, but there's a fine line sometimes between, you know, listening to the body and also being regimented, not believing laziness of the physical body, but at the same time listening to it when it's injured and not training through that, okay? So there is a fine line and kind of find out what that language is. But the reason why most people fail is that they just buy into their laziness all the time. They don't eat consistently, they don't sleep consistently, and they don't train consistently, you know? So whatever you make your first priority is what you will succeed at. I'm not saying to you what your priority should be, but if you do make fitness your priority, then you're gonna have to be consistent with it if you want to have the results. There are other people I knew that they would train, you know, 3 or 4 months or 5 months, really hard, really, you know, straight and narrow and everything, and then they take 6 months off and just get drunk the whole time, and then summer was coming around, I gotta get abs again, and then they go back into the gym, and then of course they'd be looking at me and say, oh, you can't be natural, how can you be looking so much better than I do, you know? Well, because I stayed in the gym through the winter when nobody could see my muscles, and you basically said, hey, what's the point of coming here? Nobody's gonna see my arms, right? So the consistency is a really big deal, you know, and there are a lot of people out there that have been training for years that have noticed that because this over inundation of information on the internet, people are throwing the baby out with the bathwater. They're looking at how to do everything perfect, but then they're throwing out sometimes the foundation, which is consistency, which is intensity, you know, working out hard, making sure you sleep and you eat. I mean, if you've got those things down, you know, as long as you don't get injured, you know, you're going to make gains. You're going to make gains. It's a matter of time. You just keep going, you know. So if any of you are losing faith in your training program out there, I would say look back on your training, look back on what you've done, and look back at all the times you took off and all the days that you missed, and you know, that kind of thing. You know, I used to remember this one guy, okay? He used to, you know, hang around my brother and I, and he wanted to make some sort of gains and be in shape and all this kind of stuff. And I remember he would miss the gym sometimes because he says, oh, I gotta vacuum my house so I can't go to the gym. Now, I'm not saying a clean house isn't important, but you can see now how he's split his agendas, right? He's split his motives. He's saying, hey, no, I gotta vacuum, that's really important. I gotta do my dishes and stuff, and I'm gonna miss the gym. You know, if the gym is really important to you, you'll hit the gym and you'll find some way to get the dishes in too, but the gym will not get missed. That is the first priority, you know? My dad, you know, when he was powerlifting back in the day, would jog in the snow for several miles to do a squat workout, which I think is absolutely insane because, you know, hard on the joints in the back and then lift as heavy as you can. But he would do this sort of thing to make sure he stuck to his workouts. And that's why he made it to, you know, really high level in powerlifting, you know. So the fact is that priority, you know, what you make your priority is what you will succeed at. And, you know, those of you that know me from my other channel and stuff will know that I make a different thing my priority than training. But the fact is that if you want to attain anything in life, you have to make it your priority, okay? So I hope that helps you a little bit, you know? It's consistency with your eating, you know, making sure you're getting enough food in, making sure you're getting enough sleep in, because if you're not sleeping, you're not recovering, and making sure that you're actually training to remind the body of what to do with the food, you know? And you're constantly paying attention to the body at the same time. So that's number 4, which basically gets thrown out a lot of times, you know, because then some people get totally wrapped up in achieving their goals and then they ignore what's happening. So that's where a lot of us athletes get lost, because we're so fixated on the goal that we actually forget to listen what's before us, right? So that's a lot about what my channel's about. It's about listening and looking at what's happening with your body at the same time as being consistent, okay? Great, so I hope that helps you out, and thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.
Do it your way.
Now you know my name, calling me in a drought. I came to Ridge in 215 and sorted it all out.